Hi, teammates. I found this guy today, Charles Fourier, and he's very interesting. His whole life and his ideas. He was a French philosopher, and I don't have anything against Jews personally, but he did. He thought that they should work on farms, and he thought that their trade was the source of all evil. But he did support them regaining Palestine with the assistance of the Rothschilds here, return of the Jews to Palestine. So he wanted them to have their own land, and I think that, personally, I'm looking for who I was, if I've been recycled, and I'm looking for who we are as a people, and I'm hoping that you find who you are through all this, through all these videos and all this research that we're doing here. And for me personally, if this guy was me, Charles Fourier, then, and his hair kind of looks like mine a little bit, just as a side note, but if this French philosopher was me, subconsciously, I would have been against the Jews because I would have been about my own ego, because I probably wasn't with God as I am now back then. You know what I'm saying there? So because I've had run-ins with the Jews in my life currently today, and I've been told to help them in a certain way. When I was in California, I was told to do that, and then when I was back in Owensboro, living there, I had friends that were Jews as well, and I was told to kind of like help them in a certain way, or witness to them, and not be about my own ego. I was told very clearly not to be about ego in any way. So, and a lot of people are focused on the pride of life, and I even am focused on that, but we just have to do the best we can and not get too big on ourselves. There's a reason why San Diego is called Saint Diego. That's in California, and it's supposed to be the happiest place around. So just keep that in mind. And he had an idea of phalanxes, with the richest or most prosperous living on the top floor, and the poorest living on the bottom floor, and just being in harmony. And he had an idea about lemonade being turned, all the waters being turned to lemonade, and that kind of reminds me of Howard Hughes, because when people would be drinking around Howard Hughes, the aviator, he'd be drinking lemonade. So just a thought to think about. I'm not against anybody with those words. I'm just saying what I'm seeing here. So thank you, teammates. Keep faith in Jesus.
Resident storm chaser and the focus of this week's Faces and Places of the Panhandle segment. Joseph Mandeville takes some of the most stunning pictures you may ever see. Many of them he sends to our meteorologists, who share them with you, our viewers. And he says he's not afraid to put himself in harm's way to snap those photos even. He says one of the things he enjoys most is seeing what shows up on his camera, because what the naked eye can see and what the camera sees are two different things. If you see a flash of lightning and you think, oh, I just saw one bolt, when you look at the picture on the screen, you notice there's 5, sometimes even 6 bolts, but you never saw it, you only saw one. That's what really gets me. Mandeville once sold some video to CNN of a water spout he shot coming out of the Gulf. We'll share that video with you tonight at 10, as well as some other severe weather pictures that will blow you away. No pun intended. His tools, his camera, and his car, his workplace, anywhere severe weather hits. In our latest edition of Faces and Places of the Panhandle, we introduce you to a man who not only chases storms, but his dreams as well. When most of us are inside, enemies outside.
It's an absolute passion.
But it wasn't always that way.
Lightning was one of the scariest things growing up. You see a bolt of lightning, and then you hear the rumbling and the crashing of the thunder, and it was pretty scary as a kid. But as I grew up, I started getting a fascination about it.
In 2008, Joseph Mandeville took some classes at Gulf Coast State College and became